That's interesting. All right, then. We'll go with that. All right. I think we're here. Yep. I think we are here. Oh, but I got to do my little trick. Hello, Virgo. If you're there in chat, welcome to your reading for your birthday season. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Jay from EmpathicFire Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. Well, I guess on YouTube it's just EmpathicFire. Same difference though. If you want to find me, that's what you would look for. Oh, you can't hear me. What? What? Ooh. Oh, you're saying you can hear me. Are you sure? I got scared for a second, sissy. You can hear me or you can't hear me? Please clarify. Anyway, Virgo, if you're here live, thank you so much for joining. Okay, well, thank you for look. I know you're expecting me to ask if you can, but I didn't. Oh, all right. You can hear me. Thank you so much. My wonderful mod, Sissy. Thank you so much for being here. Anyone in the chat live tonight, thank you so much for joining me. Happy birthday, Virgo, for you guys celebrating either late August or here in September. I hope you have a magical, fantastic, wonderful day celebrating your birth or your solar return. Yeah. So this is your reading for your season. We're going to do several different aspects of your life. If you're here live in chat, feel free to type into the chat what your question is, and I'll answer you with one of my tarot decks. My mods will keep me on task and keep order in case there's like a flood of people, which maybe. But anyway, we're going to get started in a second. Any other announcements? Anything you want from me, guys, is already in the description box. So if you want to get a personal, that information is down there. Information on how to follow me on Instagram is down there with the link. If you have any questions before you place orders for personals, just email me at the same address. You have a question? Okay, well, we'll get to you. But if you have a question, or excuse me, if you have any questions before you place an order, just email me at the same address that's in the description box. All right. Virgo. We're going to do an overview, and then we're going to turn it over to the chat for anybody who has questions. So feel free to get yourselves lined up for your questions. But we're going to start with a general overview for Virgos at this time. So let's get into it, friends. No more delay. Oh, and if you want other videos from me, make sure you check your playlist. I organize it by sign, and I organize it by year. So you've got plenty to look at if you're curious about me and what I do. All right, general overview for Virgo at this time. Please show me. General messages for Virgo at this time. What is going on with them? Good, thank you. All right, guys, let's see what's going on for Virgo during their season. Two of Cups. Hey, that's nice. Hangman. A little less nice, maybe. One more, please, for Virgo and the Devil. Okay. See, I thought, okay. I thought it was gonna go a different way with that Two of Cups coming out in the beginning, but there you go, guys. So Two of Cups, Hangman, and the Devil. Generally speaking, Virgo, I get the sense like you're not certain of what to do about a certain connection, whether it be romantic, whether it be friendship, partnership, what have you. There's a certain connection that you have with a person that has you feeling a little suspect. Like it's there, the feelings are there, the excitement is there, all that kind of stuff. And I feel it's mutual. I feel that it's shared, but there's apprehension because of the Hangman, or at least uncertainty because of the Hangman. I think, some of you are having to be patient with a person. You're having to be patient in the situation. You might be caught up. There might be restrictions right now regarding this connection with this person. Again, it doesn't matter the type it is, but it is pretty intimate in terms of emotions because of that Two of Cups. So some of you are just like spinning your wheels or having to bide your time before you and this person can get together, hook up for business, hook up for romance, hook up in any type of way. Okay. And they're curveballing me because the devil's coming up. So that's like one sector of people. Now there's like a different sector. Okay, let me finish the first group. First group, you finish out with the devil. Could be a very strong chemical reaction, chemical connection. It feels like lustful. I don't know if that's good or bad for you. You might be into that, you might not be, I don't know. But for this first group, it could be your connection with this person is so strong and so sudden, or you have such a sexual desire for this person, or such a overwhelming attachment to this person, and it might feel unhealthy to you. Or there's something in this first group, and it plays for the second as well, where it feels good to do it, good to be near them, good to talk to them. It feels good to explore this situation with them, but there's also like a lot of caution. So maybe there's like a needing to pull back on the reins a little bit, needing to slow down between the hangman and the devil. That's like the first group. Devil could also be, for the first group, issues of work are in the way. So there could be, like I said, there could be like restrictions that would play. We're still in the middle of a pandemic, 2020 is not letting up. So there could be restrictions in terms of like, you might want to go see this person, but they can't take time off of work. Or you might want to, like, if you were dating before the pandemic, and now that the pandemic has happened, and if there's some type of, you don't live with the person, let's say. You could live in the same town. It doesn't have to be far distances, but you could live in the same town. And to kind of merge homes at this time would be kind of difficult. Or something about job, something about something. There's something external to the situation, this devil energy, which is like a barrier. And to combat the barrier, first group, you have to kind of be patient, give it some time, maybe change how you think about the situation, change how you perceive things with the hangman. Hangman and the devil. Hangman is secondary major for Pisces, and devil is major for Capricorn. If you're not dealing with those signs, that's okay. I just mention it for those who want to hear that. Now, there's a second group here where you have a Two of Cups situation, going way back to the start. Two of Cups situation, same difference. It's very connected. It's very amorous. It feels very. It feels deeply connected in both situations. But there's another group where this connection, despite how good it feels or how nice it is at points or at some time in the past, it's devolving, right? This Two of Cups for the second group, or a different set of Virgos, you need to wise up. They're like, wise up. You need to wise up to how potentially toxic this relationship is. Now, Virgo, I wouldn't say all of you. There are some of you who can overly romanticize connections. So it feels like in this case where you could be very good friends with a person, they could be, a relative of yours. It doesn't have to be romantic, but there's just like this, it has to be this person. We have to be connected. And that's that mindset between this Two of Cups and the devil, which again sit on either side of this needing a new perspective. That's like, it's like sandwiching your central point, which is to realize something new about this connection. As it is right now, someone out here in this second group is feeling super attached, feeling very, in some cases, dependent or codependent with the devil. Might not say it in those ways, might not live it that way, might not conceptualize it that way, but that's the reality. Yeah. So in both groups, Virgos, you got to be patient. You have to open yourselves up to see things that maybe you weren't able to see before, consider things that you didn't consider before, maybe work on your own enlightenment, or how can I say that better? Because it's not like enlightenment is, I don't know. That's like a tricky thing to sort of say work on. But I think, okay, the hangman, this would be the final point, and then we're going to move on to answer some questions. The Hangman is having to endure uncomfortable situations, uncomfortable truths, come to certain realizations that you weren't able to because of previous knowledge or previous experience in a situation. And so there's just something here where Virgo, you could do that. That's definitely in your wheelhouse because again, this is Pisces energy, right? This is secondary for Pisces. Your opposite sign is Pisces. Anything your opposite sign can do, you can do it as well, but you do it differently. So, not to say you should be suffering. I'm not saying go ahead and suffer or Virgo. That's exactly what you need to be doing. No. It's more of like a don't be discouraged by the hardship that you would experience in this connection, in this situation. If it gets hard and you want to see it through and it's not toxic and it's not codependent and all that stuff, which is, possible for some of you with the devil, right? As long as it's healthy, right? Perseverance is great. If it's unhealthy, perseverance is kind of hurting you. So you got to read it both ways, yeah? Hopefully that makes sense to you. Hopefully you guys are aware of your own situations and you can make heads or tails out of that, okay? So let's go ahead and turn over to the chat. That's the overview for you guys. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. It felt okay. I think you guys can deal with it no matter what it is. So let's see. Let's go to the first question. Who has the first question, Sissy? Who's up first? It's not you because you're mod, so you'll go next. So if there's somebody else, please put them through. But let me check. Check the chat. Thank you. Virgo Leo. Oh, what a combination, Linda. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much. Or welcome to the stream. No, thank you. I'm good being solo. Listen, if you're solo, and that's the thing, it doesn't have to be romantic. When we talk about Two of Cups, especially on my channel, any type of connection. I know a lot of people come to tarot for romance, and that's fine. I totally get it. But it's not the end all be all of what tarot is about or the types of relationships that are talked about in tarot. So that Two of Cups for you, Linda, that could be a best friend. That could be someone that you work with. It's a whole potential of people that it could be. Okay. So, Linda, if you're still here, feel free to ask your question. If not, Sissy, you might as well ask yours. So go ahead and type that out if you're ready. If not, I will move on to the next area of life for Virgos. Dun, 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 dun. So we'll give it a second for people to respond. And I have the camera set like in front of the screen, which I see now is a bad idea. I mean, it's been there before, but I was able to work with it. Now it's like in like a terrible spot where I can't really see the chat that well. Anyway, so we do overview. What do we do? Health and wellness, finances, and then love, right? Those are the three, right? So health and wellness first, then we do finances. I can never remember the order of these. And I always say, oh, I should check back on the videos. I don't do it. I don't do it. All right. Thank you for saying yes. All right, so let's go ahead and do health and wellness for Virgo. Which deck for health and wellness for Virgo? Please show me. So many choices. You know what I need to do? I need to stop bringing out all these decks. That's what I need to stop doing. Health and wellness for Virgo. Okay, well, no. Okay. Ooh, they're like, no. No, not that one. Not that one. Yes, there we go. It took a minute. You can ask your question after I'm done this, assuming nobody else comes in and they have a question. Health and wellness for Virgo. I don't know why my nose is itching all of a sudden. Been awake all day. No itchy nose. But now all of a sudden there is. All right, health and wellness for Virgo. Let's see some. Oh my God. Quick reflexes. Let's check and make sure nothing can. Yeah. Because I don't like having reversals in my deck. If reversals come out, they have to be authentic. Anyway. Sorry about that. Almost half the deck went to the floor. Thank God that didn't happen. All right, Virgo, health and wellness for their birthday season, please. Or I should say at this time. At this time. What's going on with health and wellness for Virgo at this time? Was that that? Okay, fine. You didn't. The nudging sometimes. I don't really care for it. All right, health and wellness for Virgo. Let's see. I don't know what that is, but you got one out. Came face down. All three came face down. What? I don't know what that means. All right. Six of Cups. What's up with the soulmate energy, guys? Prince of Swords in reverse and the Seven of Cups. All right. So Six of Cups, Prince of Swords, Seven of Cups. If I could pick all these up at one time, that'd be great. All right. You're not... it feels like you're not really into that at this time, Virgo. It feels like health and wellness is kind of like back burner, or maybe some of you might be like dreaming bigger than you're actually putting in the work. Like thinking, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be able to conquer that. I'm going to take care of this tomorrow, that the next day, so and so and so forth. Making all these plans, making all these intentions of, maybe going back to the gym, maybe eating well, maybe taking up a hobby, taking up a sport, something like that. And it's just like, it doesn't really actually go anywhere. Like there's a lot of intention with the Six of Cups here. Please focus. Do it. Do it. Oh, for a second it was there. Anyway, there's a lot of intention here. There's a lot of like, I'm going to make it happen. This is going to be great. Possibly some of you are looking for like someone to do it with. So like you're going to your friends, or you're talking to your spouse, or you're talking to someone saying, hey, let's start this thing together. Let's start, jogging together every morning, something like that. And it might go for a while, but I feel there's a lot of quote unquote fantasy here because of that moon energy, like the moon being present in this illustration. There's something about like, that sounds great and all, but like, it's not going to last. It's not going to last. And it's not bad if we're talking, well, maybe it is. If you're talking about forming a new hobby or a new behavior, right? If you're talking about introducing something into your life that's going to last a while, it doesn't feel like that's true. It feels like with your health and your wellness, like you have a great amount of intention, but the actual execution of it isn't going off the way it's supposed to. Prince of Swords in reverse, aka the Knight of Swords in reverse. So the Knight of Swords is this action-oriented card, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Could be dealing with one of those signs. You don't have to be. So the Prince of Swords is usually like, get it done now, get it done yesterday. I'm going like, being like boop, 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 like easily executing a plan, or executing a plan with a lot of fervor, with a lot of excitement, with a lot of, how can I say it? It's just like having a lot of tenacity, right? A lot of drive. It's in the reverse, not having drive. Maybe, again, we're still in a pandemic. The things that you want to do for yourself, it's hard to do them if businesses are closed, if services aren't available as much as they used to be. If you're looking to do this with a friend, like, let's join Weight Watchers together or something like that, and your friend lost their job. They can't really afford food, let alone, some type of nutrition plan or diet, right? So there's something about lots of intention and excitability about it, but not really being able to execute that plan very well. I don't get the sense that this is a pressing issue to your health and wellness. I feel like you would like to have this done. It doesn't feel like if you don't start this change, or if you're not able to commit to something, that could be also what's going on with the Prince of Swords in reverse. That could be a lack of commitment. So someone could be coming to you and saying, hey Virgo, let's go do this, let's start this together, let's eat right together, let's you know talk about our feelings together, whatever it is. And you're like, yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah. Uh-huh. And you totally like blank this person, or you give up on those goals fairly easily. Because again, the Prince of Swords in reverse is not dedicated. It's not an energy that's interested in accomplishing much. Okay. Or is unable to. If your interest is there, there's something that's tying you up from that. And it's swords, so it could be a mental thing, could be a mental block for some of you. Just, not being in the right headspace to do this at this time. Yeah. Final card in this reading for your health and wellness is the Seven of Cups. So that's more options. That's re-strategizing, refocusing, or maybe not so much strategy. I'll take that away. Not so much strategy, but at least trying to reimagine what you are going to do, how you're going to do it. When is it going to be the best time to do something? When is this going to be the most ideal time to start this? So again, I'm feeling like for some of you, it's very circumstantial, or it's just like this mental block. You're kind of in a funk. You're kind of not in the mood. Once all that clears away, it's sort of like smooth sailing. But because that's what's going on right now, maybe other things in your life are more important, or maybe, other things in your life are stressing you out. And so just beginning to do certain behaviors that are looking to improve your life, you just don't have the resources. You don't have the mental resources to commit to that right now. Pretty simple. Seven of Cups also for me is uncertainty in some cases. Like if you wanted to start in on something, like again, like maybe it's like not even to do with like your physical body health and wellness, maybe it's your spiritual body, right? So it feels like some of you, like maybe you tried to do meditation, maybe you've tried to do all the woo-woo stuff, balance your chakras and everything like that, and it just wasn't going well for you, or it just didn't resonate with you, right? If that's the case, I would say feel free to explore other options, but still kind of channel it back to your spiritual health and wellness. So maybe meditation, maybe, setting up mantras, doing singing bowls, using a singing bowl, doing all that stuff. Maybe none of that works for you. Maybe you're much more practical. Maybe you need much more of a tangible experience. So try journaling. Try, just making a small list of things to do, small goals that you want to set for yourself, accomplish. You know what I mean? You might need that, again, more like tangible sense of what you're doing, right? Something like that might be helpful, okay? So that is going to be it for that reading. We're motoring along here. 20 minutes in, not bad. All right. Any questions from any of the viewers? If you are Virgo, hello again. Happy birthday to you. Hopefully, whenever your birthday is or was, you had a fantastic day. But if you have a question for me in my decks, in my work here, please place it into the chat at this time. I almost put that back the wrong way. That was going to piss me off if I did that. Ugh. Side note, Virgo, I was extremely early for your reading. Because you're Virgos. I was actually like on time. I don't know that I've ever been on time for any of the lives. I think I'm always like running like 5 minutes behind. But today, doing a Virgo reading, I was like on my shit. Gotta say. Gotta pat myself on the back there. Anyway, any questions from anyone in the chat here? Sissy, anybody? Go ahead and type it in at this time if you have a question. If you don't, that's okay. I appreciate you being here and watching no matter what. Oh, it doesn't really feel like a Saturday. This feels like much later. This feels like a Tuesday or something. Why do I feel that way? Anyway, there's a question. Now I gotta like look around the camera to see the question. What does the future hold for my relationship with my significant other? You got it, sissy. No problem. So, for Nicole's question, I'll call you Nicole since we're now doing something, semi-professional. So for Nicole, what does the future hold for her and her significant other? Which deck, please? Ooh. All right. You're going to get the zombie tarot. Mm. Let's see. For Nicole, what does her future hold for her and her significant, or excuse me, what the relationship you said? What does the future hold regarding her relationship with her significant other? Future for her relationship with her significant other. Thank you. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Thank you. There we go. All right. Future for Nicole and her relationship with her significant other. What's in the future for them? Whoa. Okay. Future for Nicole's relationship with her significant other. Is that 2? 2 and 1. All right. Let's see. First card out. King of Wands, 10 of Hazards, King of Cups. It's good. It's good. King of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. 10 of Hazards, aka 10 of Pentacles. And the King of Cups. Feels very good. Water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. FYI for the King of Cups. That's funny. So I say that's funny because they're noting that these are 2 kings, and they're noting how that could be a same-sex relationship. And I'm like, anyway. But also behind that is, the kings are associated with masculine energy. So there might be some issue over that. I don't know if that's true. They're like, yeah. So that could be an issue. If there is a disproportionate amount of masculine energy in this relationship, that could be a problem. But aside from that, it looks pretty good. So King of Wands, industrious, challenging is the word they're throwing out here. Challenging. I feel okay. So the relationship is challenging, or one or both of these partners are challenging to each other, and it's in a good way. It's sort of like a expectations keep leveling up, is what this feels like. It feels like this person or the pair of you or whoever embodies this energy the most. But honestly, it feels like it goes back and forth. It feels like back and forth. You and this person keeps not swapping roles, but you keep leveling each other up, or you keep like not besting each other. It's not a competition, but it's like challenging. You keep challenging each other back and forth, something like that. That's what that feels like. So industrious, challenging. This relationship itself could be challenging, or like I said, one or both of you could be challenging to the other. I feel like a strong sense of like leadership and plotting a course, you know, like seeing the world, like adventuring, all this kind of stuff. Like it's very, God, how can I say? This has a lot of vitality to it. This energy. Again, you or the other person or the pair of you or the relationship itself or all of the above, whichever way you want to conceptualize it or you feel that's most correct is how that's coming across. And so this feels great. The sex, phenomenal. Okay. The King of Wands would be pretty damn good in the sack, whoever it is, or the pair of you, or whatever, So that feels pretty auspicious. That feels pretty without much worry. I think the worry is that aspect of control or that aspect of leadership and maybe fighting over the reins. If like I said, if there's an issue of masculine energy between two people or one of them, it's too much and it needs to be tempered with, it needs to be tempered down. It needs to be pulled down a little bit, because if there's too much of a who's in charge here, that's going to be a problem. I can just feel that. That's just going to be a problem. Because, I don't know. I don't sense that one person taking the lead versus the other all the time would be feasible, possible, or even desirable. But if that's the case, you'd have to stay aware of that. You'd have to be very conscious of, like, that's constantly what you're trying to do. Have a balance between the pair of you and whatever else you're going to get into, okay? Or whatever else you're going to create together, yeah? And whatever else you're going to create together. 10 of Pentacles or 10 of Hazards in this deck. Now, 10 of Pentacles, it is that, like, happily ever after, but it's like in the physical sense, in the practical sense. So the 10 of Cups is, much more dreamlike, much more emotional. This is the same thing, but it's grounded. It's grounded in the earth. It's grounded in the practical day to day. So in the future, or what I'm sensing, because again, King of, oh, I'm frozen. Are we good? Yeah, I think we're good. King of Wands is industrious, right? It's a building. Somebody builds, somebody creates, somebody sets up, gets a game plan together and focuses on that game plan. So I think together as a unit, you're going to build towards something that's 10 of Hazards, 10 of Pentacles. So long-term stability. Are we good? I'm frozen here on my computer, but I'm still okay. Okay, we're still going. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to see chat. Do me a favor, Sissy, if you're listening, can you type in chat? Because I want to see if chat will move, because my camera on my computer stopped. So just want to make sure everything's okay. Anyway, so the King of Wands. Oh, man, I'm frozen on my computer. That sucks. So now I'm going to have to do something about it. Hold on. Timeout. Okay, there we go. It found its way back. There it is. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. So anyway, so I feel like there's going to be a lot of, like, how do we make this work? How is it feasible? How does it make sense? Yeah. I think there's a very mature approach to that, because you've got the two kings here of how to make this work. 10 of Pentacles, happy family, possibly a good income or enough money to keep things stable and solid. Okay, so this is a good financial connection. I really get the sense of, like, building something greater together than you could apart. Like, powers combining. This is very good. This is good for you. This is good for them. This is good for everybody. So there's really sort of like this, the danger of this is that over, like, this heightened level of masculine energy, again, from you or them or the pair of you together. There's, like, too much in it. Now, 10 of Hazards can talk about extended family, it can talk about, in-laws or parents or grandparents and things like that. So maybe that's where that's coming from. I'm not sure, but there is this idea of someone tries too hard to control it all, and that could really mess things up. Okay. Now, because I've spent forever on your reading, because I love you. And King of Cups is your final card in your reading. Again, water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So that's that like tempered thing that I was talking about. Fire and water, in terms of elements, they're opposites, right? They're not opposites necessarily in terms of sign, because opposite sign in tarot or in astrology is actually masculine sign, or masculine element to feminine, masculine element to masculine, feminine to feminine, right? In this case, I'm sensing that this is that balance that has to happen. The King of Cups is the most sensitive king. He's the most emotional. He's the most, maybe not calm, but he's very reserved. He can get lost in his emotions, all this other kind of stuff, right? So where the King of Wands is very, this is it, this is happening now, it's going to happen this way. The King of Cups is like, I would like this to happen now, but if it doesn't happen, that's okay too. There's like a lot more permissibility. Like I'm, you see what I'm doing with my hand? Like there's a softer side to the King of Cups that the other kings kind of don't have, right? The other thing that I'm getting here is that this relationship is going to take you to the top in terms of your emotional capabilities, where you thought you understood what you knew about yourself in relationships, you understood what you knew about love. Get ready, you'll know shit. It's like the king isn't necessarily a lesson or a lesson learner, but if you're asking about the future of this relationship is all about elevation, going up, ascending, becoming greater, becoming stronger, becoming smarter, all the things, right? So if this is the king that has the domain or has the corner on what it means to be emotionally intelligent, emotionally sensitive, emotionally adept, and mature, babow, you're about to become a master of that, where you or them or whoever might not have ever thought you had more room to grow. There's something here about like, because why am I saying that? Because this guy is drowned, right? He's drowning, for God's sakes, with the focus. Hopefully you can see it. But anyway, he's like, there you go. He's submerged, right? So it feels like you or them or the pair of you might become a little more overwhelmed with emotions than you had previously expected or that you've ever experienced. So let me wrap this up. How's the future going to be with this relationship? Perfect. As perfect can be in this world, but it's going to be pretty damn good. Mind the masculine energy. I'm super cautious of that because that came out like, they're like, if I'm honest, they're kind of like, tapping on the back of my head, like, no, too much masculine energy. That's not good. So be cautious of that. Other than that, smooth sailing for the most part is what that felt like. All right. Thank you, Sissy, so much for your question. I appreciate you. Good luck. All right. If there are any other Virgos in the room who have a question for me tonight and they want it answered with me and my tarot decks, please type it into the chat now. I await your questions. Sort of. We're going to move on, though. So if you have a question, please type it out. My moderator is going to keep track of it for me. And we will get to you as soon as I can. But now we're going to move on and do finances, right? We do finances. Why am I in a silly mood? That's interesting. Anyway, so let's do finances for Virgo. And then again, if you guys have a question, please type it out. Finances for Virgo at this time. Finances for Virgo at this time. Ooh, okay. That didn't feel great. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. Picking up this deck, I was just like, ugh. But anyway, let's find out. So finances for Virgo. Or I guess I should say finances and career. That's usually what I say. Finances and career. All right. Finances and career for Virgo at this time. Please show me. Good, thank you. Finances and career for Virgo. Let me see it, please. Queen of Wands. Two of Swords. But we'll see. We don't know if that's bad. We don't know if that's necessarily so bad. One more for Virgo, please. Thank you. And the Princess of Pentacles. Okay, so some of you are like in a dispute. Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Two of Swords. And the page, page, princess, same difference. Princess, page of Pentacles, earth sign energy, Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. I feel like, okay, like number one, the color scheme of this is very strange, but I could see that because, Virgos like money. You guys like money. You're earth sign, right? But the color scheme of this is like giving me like bruising, like fisticuffs, like bruising, like being purple and welted and stuff. Hopefully you're not in the streets beating people's asses for money or vice versa. Hopefully that's not the case. But in terms of your finances and career, I feel like you're in a struggle for something. Some of you are in the struggle to be recognized with this Queen of Wands energy. You're seeking recognition, maybe seeking a promotion, but you're trying to make a name for yourself. And I feel that is rubbing people the wrong way. If you're not seeking some type of title or promotion, I feel like you're seeking to be properly compensated. There's something like, give me what the fuck I'm owed. Give me what you owe me is what is coming off of this Queen of Wands energy for you guys. You're owed something, or someone feels this way. It can go vice versa. I didn't say that at all yet today. All these readings, except for the ones where I, am talking to a person, they could go anyway because they're still general. They're going to a general collective of people versus the one-on-ones in public. Anyway, so this Queen of Wands is like, I've earned this. This is what I'm due. This is what I've worked so hard for. You're not going to deny me. In some of your cases, this is like back payment. Like I've worked for you basically for free for the past several weeks or months. You owe me a paycheck. You owe me some type of compensation for this. If it's in your professional life, I feel like some of you, this is contracted, like you signed on the line that you were going to do this for me. This is what was supposed to be delivered at this date, and it wasn't. There's just like so much strong expectation. And this Queen of Wands is not having it. Not here for the bullshit. Not here for anybody's fucking excuses. Look at me. See, this is what happens when you channel. Two of Swords. So there's a denial about something being owed. There's a fight over something being owed. I mean, as you can see with these swords, they're kind of intertwined. They don't look like they're friendly wands. These, this is not, no. There's something blocking this intention of the Queen of Wands. I want to get paid. I want to be promoted. I want to be given what I'm owed. And there's just like this big, like, no sign. There's like a big X through the demands or the expectations that the Queen of Wands has. What the hell is this? Why is this? Because here's the thing. I'm feeling, and it could just be, because of whoever I'm channeling for. Whoever the Queen of Wands is, Virgo, you or someone else, but I feel like it's mostly you guys. It's like, you can't tell me you don't owe me this money. You can't tell me that you don't owe me this job. I've done everything within my power, within my capability that says this is what I'm due. Give it to me. And somebody else, a group of people, a company, someone is just like, not paying you any mind. There we go. Like, how could they not pay you any mind? Or how could that be? Some of you are getting like ghosted in a way by like people who owe you money, your boss, a bank or a lender or something like that. A personal loan, your cousin, Johnny and his, his ass, something like that. Whoever owes you cash, whoever owes you something, they're ignoring you so hard. Because that's what the Two of Swords indicates. An inflexibility, a blockage to communication, a blockage to realizations or acknowledgement. And it often is knowing there's something that has to be done, but not doing the thing that needs to be done, right? Page of Pentacles or Princess of Pentacles on the far side here, or filling out your reading. Strange for some of you. This is your kid. That could make sense. That could make sense. If you're taking care of your child, adult child, I would assume you're not hitting up your 5-year-old. Give me back that $5 I gave you. Hopefully that's not the case. But if this is like your adult child and you've loaned them some money or you've helped them out of a jam or something like that, and they promised you, I'm going to pay you back, promised you and said, all right, mom, dad, whoever, I'm going to give this money back. And it doesn't have to be a child, but because it's a princess or a page, that usually indicates children in tarot. This person said, I'll pay you back. I'll pay you back. I pay you back. I promise. I promise. I promise. And they're actually not promised, or excuse me, they're reneging on their promise, because as it is laid down on the board, let me see if I can get this together really quickly. With the Two of Swords in the middle, that Princess of Pentacles has just walked away, like literally turned their back on the situation. There's a gnat in here. Great. Get out of here. Anyway, or a fruit fly, I should say. I can't wait for summer to be over. Anyway, so this person walks away from the situation, tries to ignore it. Could be because they're focused on other things. It is Pentacles. So this person, if they do owe you money, this company, whatever, they could have their hands tied for whatever reason. They can't pay you. If this is, that's an unfortunate side effect, not even side effect, it's another part of this pandemic, is a lot of people are in a financial crunch. And so if you expect to be paid in whatever capacity, as the employee, as the realtor, maybe you own property and you're seeking compensation from the people that, occupy the spaces that you own, whatever. Some people just don't have it. And in some cases, this person just doesn't have it. And that's why they're blanking you. They don't want to answer to you because you're pretty fucking fired up about this, right? I can't face Virgo right now. Virgo is like this. Virgo means business. Virgo is out to take heads, and I don't want my head taken off. So I'm just going to ignore that phone call. I'm going to ignore that email. Somebody stops by. I know you're in there. You don't answer the door. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of avoidance here over money and finances and career. If you are, and that's the other thing, I don't know your job. You all have different careers. You all have different, trajectories in that realm. I feel like some of you were like told you're going to be promoted. You're going to be escalating to the next level of something, and you haven't heard back since, or you keep getting delayed. And that is frustrating you because, again, there's something about this color scheme that gives me like fighting. So you might be extra stressed out if you're not. Please, guys, don't turn to the street and get into fist fights over money. But some of you might be extremely stressed and it's affecting you physically. It might be harming your body, which, if we go back to your previous reading for health and wellness wasn't really kicking. You had intentions, but you're kind of like stalled out in that arena. So that might have a little bit of an interplay for some of you. I mean, that's pretty much the message. I don't really see anything. I mean, this Page of Pentacles, if they're not your child, if they're not, someone that you take care of or somebody that is dependent on you, they don't have to be your child and they don't have to be a young person, but they could show up in this page energy as a dependent person on you, or somebody who maybe not dependent on you, but they might be dependent on other people or other situations. This person, this Page of Pentacles, whoever it is, whatever it is not actually secure. It's not actually mature. So where you're expecting someone to step up and do the right thing, pay you what you're owed, they're not able to. They don't have the capacity to do that, either physically because they don't have the money in hand, or because they don't have the maturity and the professionalism to handle their business right. That sucks. But hopefully that made sense to you guys. And it might not, if things are going super well in your life, congratulations. Don't take that message on. It's not always for everybody. But yeah, oh boy. All right, so let's go back to the chat and let's see if there are any other questions coming in for me to answer. And I gotta look around the camera, so. What? If you're a Cancer and aren't wearing your glasses, who are you sassing? What are you doing? Welcome, Christy. Thank you for joining it. What happened? Did I miss something? Cheers, y'all, and good night, Virgo Club. All right, so are there any questions? I don't think there are any. Who did you sass? Why were you sassing somebody? What happened? What did I miss? That's crazy. Anyway, if you guys are there and you're Virgos and it's your birthday season, again, go ahead and type your question out and I will answer it as soon as I can. If not, we're going to press on and do the final area. Nothing happened. So you're just like, you're just out here talking about people needing to wear glasses for no reason. Okay. Anyway, Virgos, if you're there in the chat, that's totally cool. Oh, excuse me. If you're there and you're not a Virgo is what I meant to say. If you're there and you're not a Virgo and you're just cross-watching, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Continue to like the channel, subscribe, and do all that fun stuff as we continue on. And we move to the final area. Virgo, was me being early and totally on point, an indicator of how efficient this reading was going to be? I feel like these birthday messages are usually an hour and a half, but we might clock this at about an hour or so. Anyway, final area for Virgos at this time during their birthday season is the love and romance section of the reading. So, that was not you? That was not you what? Wait, who said? Oh, okay, because I'm reading around the camera. So yeah, it wasn't you. I see it now that it's scrolled up. Christy. Well, thank you, Christy. I mean, I don't know why that was there. I don't know who needed to be told to put on their glasses, but thank you, I guess. Interesting. Anyway, let's get into it. Love and romance for Virgo at this time. What are the messages, please, for Virgo at this time regarding love and romance, please? Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh my gosh, I have to go have dinner after this. I'm so hungry. Love and romance for Virgo at this time. Messages for Virgo regarding love and romance at this time. Oh, what's that? I don't like that. Don't do that. I like doing something to my jaw. Not a fan, friends. Don't do that. Last one. Thank you. All right. Here we go. For Virgo, love and romance, please show me. You don't have anything to say about your love and romance? Love and romance for Virgos at this time. Please show me the message. Okay, that's way too many. But let's take a quick look-see, because, we got nothing else to do. King of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Death, and the Eight of Cups. Yuck, 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 yuck. I'm not taking these as not the main message, but I am going to look at it real quick. So, for some of you, there's a big deal on what's fair, what's equal, who's telling the truth, who's lying, who's manipulating, things like that. That's very, I don't know. Somebody needed to hear that. Let's try it again, though. Messages for Virgo regarding their love life at this time. Please show me. Love and romance for Virgos. Please show me. All right, one more time. Love and romance for Virgos. Please show me. All right. They really just want you guys to have it. Oh, no, that's 3. All right, there we go. We'll take it. All right. 8 of, I don't know why I made that face. I was like, ugh. 8 of Wands, Page of Cups, water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Could be dealing with a water sign, but you don't have to be. And the 3 of Wands. All right, so messages coming to and fro. Look at me, to and fro. Back and forth talking, possibly with a water sign. They don't have to be, but someone who's like, because of this card and this deck, this is the Golden Girls deck, and because of who's depicted here, this is the character on the show, Rose. On that show, she's not so bright. She's quite ditzy. She's quite not all there sometimes. And, that's part of Rose's charm, on that show. She's a little bit of a dimwit, but she's always optimistic. She's always positive, and she's a generally super nice person. Hands down, the nicest of the 4 main characters on that show, right? So there could be, in some of your cases, someone around you, if not the person that you're talking to or dating or whatever it is, committed to. I don't know the level of or what type of relationship you have, but the communication between you and this person is kind of faulty. It feels faulty. It feels inadequate. I think maybe beyond this person's sign or anything about, I was speaking mostly to the character here of Rose. They don't have to be any of those things, dim-witted or kind of airheaded or something like that. They don't have to be. But there is like sort of this detached, thank you. There's a detached feeling coming from this energy where you might have certain expectations, Virgo. You might have certain details that you're seeking or information that you're seeking, maybe seeking to connect. And this person's kind of like very loose. They're very loose. They're not overly committed here, right? So if you're looking to lock it down with a person, it's not them. They're not going to lock anything down. This person is much more carefree. They're much more removed at this time from the connection. It could be because the pages all represent not only children or younger energies, they also represent students in tarot, people that are learning, people that are trying to figure things out. So that could be a part of what's going on. You might be trying to move things to the next level with this person, and they're just not about it. They're just like, I'd rather keep it casual. I don't see us, going much further in this relationship. And the shitty part about that is this person is actually super loving. They're very fun to be around. They're a good time. They might be excellent in bed, or at least very good. If not excellent, they might be, very good in bed. So the physical attributes of them, as far as, if you're attracted to them, if they're attracted to you, all that might fit. But there's something about the emotional maturity. This person isn't there. So and it could go vice versa. I could be saying all this shit about the other person. It could be you, Virgo. So again, in these general parts of the reading, again, it can be flipped energy. But whoever this is, they're not really down for the long haul. This person is decidedly non-committal at this point. I think they want to see where things go. It's like this idea of, I don't want to force it. I just want to go where my heart leads me. Like that could be another part of it, is that they could just be like super free spirited. Like just because we've been going out or we've been talking to each other steadily for 5 months doesn't mean I just want to, get married tomorrow. There's something about this person doesn't want to go in those prescriptive ways. in that, like, okay, so after a year, we usually, most people after a year or two of dating, they usually get engaged. And then after the engagement, maybe that lasts another year or so, or 6 months or something like that, then they get married. Like, that doesn't appeal to this person. They don't like that. And again, it could be because there's something about this person just being not, is how that's coming across. They're just not. And I'm not trying to say they're not for you. It's just at this time, that's not where their head is. They're not interested in that. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to think about that. So do with that what you will. Yeah. Final card in this spread is the Three of Wands. Now, everything I said about, seeking more or looking, like kind of having the options open, right? That could have been them here in this energy. But I'm going to apply this more to the person who's like trying to suss it out. What's happening here? Are we committed? Are we officially a couple? Whatever it is. The person who's doing that is also in this energy of Three of Wands. Maybe it's in reaction to how the Page of Cups is responding. If you've been dating a person for a while and you say to them, hey, I want to get serious and I want this to be a thing, and they're kind of like, I don't know, I'm not really into that, or we'll see how it goes. Your response based on their response might be, all right, well, let me go ahead and look at my options. Let me go ahead and get back on the dating apps. Let me go ahead and call up an old friend of mine. There's something here about, okay, well, if that's how you really feel, then I'm just going to go ahead and do me as well. And they're telling me, I'm not going to clarify anything because I could clarify the hell out of this, but they're not going to tell me anything more, or excuse me, I'm not going to seek more cards, but what they're telling me is like, that is a monkey wrench, and it kind of can really screw the pooch here. Why am I saying that? Screw the pooch. Anyway, it could really mess things up because the Page of Cups, because they don't necessarily know what they want, or they're kind of presenting themselves as being flexible, open, like, it is what it is. You guys know I hate that phrase, and there's no, like, they don't want to put boundaries on anything. So because they don't want to put boundaries or labels or limitations on things, and they don't want to take things too seriously in somebody's eyes, this is how somebody else is seeing it. You don't want to take things seriously. That allows another person to not take it seriously. And that could, sort of torpedo this relationship. That could totally like sink this ship. And I'm not sure that either side really wants the ship to sink, but one side versus the other seems to be a lot more serious, a lot quicker, with the Eight of Wands wanting to lock it down like today. Let's lock it down right now. And this other side's like, let's not do that. Let's not lock it down right now. Let's keep everything, just relax. Just enjoy. Let's enjoy each other. Let's enjoy the moment, right? I don't see the problem in that. But if one side is like gung-ho, I want to get into something serious, or I don't want to move up to the next level. If we've been dating for 4 years, but we don't even live together, it's kind of like one side doesn't see why we're not progressing, and the other side is kind of like, it doesn't need to progress. There's no rhyme or reason to it. There's no desire for this person to do things any more seriously than how they're doing it right now. I don't know that that's good for business, for the business of having a relationship, to have these two different ideologies or approaches to this connection. But as it is right now, you guys are together, you guys talk, or you're in a situation or a full-on relationship or whatever, and it works for now. I could clarify this, but I'm not going to, because I'm not going to break my rules. But I'm not gonna go further with this, because I think it kind of, and actually, okay, see, they're reminding me. Sissy, do you remember, have I been do I do it for the generals? I can't see. That's why I should go back and watch my own stuff. I can't remember if I do clarify the generals or if I only clarify. I think I only clarify the questions that are given to me by viewers. I don't think I clarify the generals. I can't remember. And I've done like 3 other general readings and I didn't clarify. But I'm like, I might have to clarify this one. Sissy, do you remember? Not that you should, because you have your own life. Thank you. Only viewers. That's what I thought. I was like, I think I only clarify when it's a viewer. I don't think I ever clarify the general. So I'm not going to, because, I can be a stickler like that sometimes. Got a lot of fixed energy in my chart, guys. Actually, no, that's not true. Well, I've got a fair amount of fixed energy in my chart. Anyway, so Virgo, I hope that helps you with this situation. I'm not sure what you're meant to do with that, because it sounds like it works, but only so far. You can only keep that up for so long, because either side is going to become dissatisfied with what's going on, right? That's what girl, me too. I can barely remember what I did earlier today. That's how bad it is. Don't get old, friends. It's not fun. Anyway, anyway, guys, I think that's it. If there are no more questions, final call, Virgo, if you have any questions, please lay them out in the description box, in the text box. If you have a question for me, if not, we will be wrapping this up. And yeah, that is at about an hour. Woo. It's one of the fastest ones I've ever done. And that's okay. That's okay. I might eventually start going live more often anyway. Give people more opportunities to come over and say hi to me and hang out and get questions answered. Do all that fun stuff. All right. Well, I don't see any other questions coming in. Sissy, we didn't miss anybody, did we? Was it just you? Is that how special this reading is? It was just you? Oh, man. What am I doing? Yep. All right, it was. Well, thank you guys so much for watching here live. All the cross watchers or flies on the wall, whoever you are out there in the chat, I appreciate it. Anybody who's watching this on the repeat, I also appreciate it. Again, if you guys want to get a personal reading with me, you can find the information in the description box. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all very soon. Virgo and anyone else, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye.